Hey, this is Mike Gingrich. Welcome to another Alive with Mike. And today I want to talk about why a modern, updatable website is more important than ever. Okay, so we have a blog post that launched today on the Digital Hill blog. If you go to digitalhill.com and then click on the resources button, or just go to digitalhill.com/blog, you'll get there. And it's the top post there, officially titled New Functional and Informative Educational Website. Okay, so basically we did a new launch recently for the Goshen Community Schools Foundation, and you can find that at goshenschoolsfoundation.org. And it's got the key components that we like to see within that. So it's a WordPress infrastructure. It's got a number of tools and plugins on it. So it's got a slider on the front so they can showcase some key images, drive them with buttons to key locations. And then it's got content areas you can drill down. So basically, this is a website. It's a nonprofit that supports the Goshen Community Schools. That's their foundation. And so as a nonprofit, it's raising funds. So you can find out who they are. Grants that they partner with area teachers, provide funding for various enrichment activities, academic activities, the events that they have going, and of course donations. So you think about this time period with COVID, where there was limits on events, limits on activities, and if you didn't have a new, modern, updatable website, number one, you were going to see a loss of interaction for your nonprofit, because there was going to be less events. There was less opportunity. People couldn't go to an event and give it in person. And so those things became more critical to have on your website. So you needed to ensure that you had a donations page, which the site does now. And we will link that into, it's a simple form, but it's secure. It's got all the pieces. So we gave them that infrastructure that they need to be able to communicate, stay in touch, offer resources, receive funds, the keys that were important for their business today, and they can update all those pieces. So it's like, right now they have Ford Drive for Your School. And that was an event that was rescheduled, but they put information in there about it. And they have a call out with a button that goes to more information. They do more details on the grants, and then it's got a nice little interactive feature. You scroll down on it, say yes to impact, and it's got this spinning count for the program grants that they have funded, the number of students that they've impacted, and the dollars into opportunities that they have generated and dispersed this year. And as well, they have sponsors that they're highlighting, sponsors that are giving to the foundation, and through the foundation helping the school district. But those sponsors gain a nice profile again. So all with a modern web infrastructure. Why do you need that today? Because you may not be able to have all the events, or the attendance is down at some of the events that you can have, and that means you may not have some of those fundraising activities, but you need to give people a way to give. So you can direct people to your site where you can have more information and keep them up to date with things. Another example of this was talking to a fellow friend who is a electrician, and as an electrician, business is booming. He's really busy. And he's generating a lot of his business through referrals. So he does one job, and he maybe works with a contractor, he works with a homeowner, and they refer him to someone else, or someone contacts him and says, hey, I talked to so and so. But what we talked about was the key for him so he's saying, hey, I don't need a lot of leads. And I was like, all right, that's great, you don't need a lot of leads. However, even with those word of mouth referrals, how many of them, when they're getting the name from their neighbor, from a fellow contractor, are they coming to your website first to read about you, to take a look at some of your projects, to get some information before they call you? A lot. People are doing research on the web. They're coming to your site, they're learning about you, they're learning information. And so that's your key core infrastructure online to have up to date. He's like, I'm busy, I don't have a lot of time for things. I was like, exactly. So you're not going to be posting on Facebook and Instagram every day, are you? He's like, no, I don't have time for that, And I was like, yes, but at least you're not looking to generate random leads, new leads from social media. Your goal is to inform this word of mouth people, so that he's got stuff on his van, he's got stuff on his the signs that he puts out when he's working on a job, and so when he's referred, when somebody sees that, they're going to a website, they're reading information. If that information is current, helpful, answers their questions, and then makes it easy to contact him, they can do that, and they're doing that. They're calling and they're saying, hey, so and so, and I saw this on your website. So we talked about that important. That's just another example of why you need to have that website infrastructure today more than ever, and that's not going to change going forward because how many of you have been on a Zoom in the past 30 days? Probably a lot of you. That's a new method of online video conferencing communication that is not going away. And that kind of online communication, typically is always linked to websites. You can go, you can share a screen, you can look at some information. You want to be able to have that up-to-date infrastructure. GoshenSchoolsFoundation.org is doing that. That's what we talk about today in the blog post. And it's got the keys. It's the keys for a good foundation and for being indexed well and found on the web. It's got the WordPress backbone. It's got the some tools to evaluate the optimization of each page with the Yoast search engine optimization plugin. It has, as I said, it's using a secure donation form. So it's got an SSL, which is important both for SEO and for the secure credit card transactions. It looks good on mobile. Okay, that's important. It's got to look good on mobile today. It's got to work good on mobile today. Google's taking a look at that. So we've got the infrastructure, we've got the SEO tools in place to evaluate, we've got the SSL security, we've got mobile friendliness, we've got the information contact forms highlighting the key areas, driving people to the key areas of the site. And they've got that security review in process so that we can keep the site current. WordPress rolls out updates, plugins have to roll out updates. They do all that to maintain security, to keep advancing the technology. It used to be, you built something and then it would just age, 3-4 years down the pike. It's old because technology has moved on. But today, with a site like WordPress and these type of tools, you can stay current much, much longer and secure much, much better because of the updatable pieces of that. But it has to be done, it has to typically have someone that's manually involved in that, taking, saying, yes, insert this update, did that update go through okay, does it look fine, all those kinds of pieces. So just important pieces that come into play. Come on over and read more about their site. If your organization needs to get the infrastructure, you can contact our team. But Goshen Community Schools Foundation is proud to have their new website out at GoshenSchoolsFoundation.org. And that's why it's important to have a great web infrastructure today in this pandemic time period and moving forward, as things are getting done on the web. People are using the web to do their research, to read about it before they contact you. Okay, this is Mike. Have a great day. Over and out.